Welcome back to another bus building video. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most simple upgrades you can do to your bus conversion that doesn't really cost a lot of money and isn't that hard. And that is swapping all of the old halogens out for LEDs. It's a big deal. You'd be very surprised how much better the light is. So, and today our mission is to get these fronts swapped to LEDs, get the backs swapped to LEDs, and then remove all of the marker lights up top, and just hang the wires. And we're gonna fiberglass fill the old holes because we're putting different marker lights back up in those positions, and we need to seal those holes up. So it's kind of a tall order. We're gonna not talk that much. I'm going to talk the least amount I can and just do the work and try and show you how to do it, but it makes a big difference. So let's get into the work day. Check these out. So unless your bus is a Ford Power Stroke like mine, you're going to have to find your own LED stuff. But if you do have the same bus, I'm going to put a link in the description for all of the products that I use. You can buy them all off Amazon. So let's go. Now something a little extra I'm gonna do. So if you look, you can see these little, we need to basically pull this trim ring out, pop this out. That's cool, right? But while we're at it, I'm also gonna remove these and prep these and get a fresh coat of paint. That's not exactly part of this, but I'm gonna do that while I'm here anyways. All right, now we're gonna do the back of the bus. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a photo of all this so we remember what's what, where it's at. And we're gonna get all this off, get the metal prepped, get it cleaned up, get the new LEDs up, prime any bare metal. But this is one of the main reasons that we pull the skins, is so that we can get to these wires from behind. Sometimes we have to add a ground, sometimes we don't, but that's my advice. Take a photo of that before you take it all off, and then get the metal prepped before you put new stuff up. Looks like our plastic is ready to paint, so I'm gonna always do light coats, like 3 coats. We're gonna get a coat on real quick, and then we'll get back to the lights. Okay, so as you can tell, we got all the lights off, got the wires capped up, right? Now you can see how we have a red and black, and we only have one here and one here, right? It's because those lights have a ground inside, right? The problem is our new lights aren't set up like that, so we're gonna have to make our own ground wires so that we have two, which I guess I'll just talk you through that real quick. Let's see, you see this ground wire by itself right here? Okay, look up here. See these greens, and you see this ground right there? They've done a bunch of ground, but this was all the original bus wire. We don't have that anymore, right? So we need to make our own ground. So what we'll do is we'll probably shave something here or something, create our own ground, and get grounds out these two holes for our new lights. That's all you gotta do, right? It's not that crazy. But this is why we like to open this up and get to the wire looms so we can do things like that, right? Like here again, when we pull this light out, it's gonna need a ground wire. So we've got a ground right here, connect to that, send a ground wire out to the new LED. We're not quite there yet. Here, there's a bunch of dirt. We need to clean this up. We want this decal out of the way. Basically what we're gonna do now is clean up these areas where the LED is gonna go back in, get some primer on any bare metal that gets exposed, get these old nasty caulk lines out, and get this area prepped for paint when we get to that point, right? So when these LEDs are up, everything under it and everything around it's already prepped for paint. We don't gotta try and get in here and get it ready for paint, if that makes sense. So, let's work on that. We'll probably pull these caulk lines out. We need to get this off. Oh, that was there. There we go. But we need to get all this stuff cleaned up and get this area prepped for paint. Alright, so we got all that metal cleaned up. We got all the adhesive off. We got this scuffed up. We're not trying to paint the whole thing. We're just trying to get paint where these lights are gonna go. So like that metal's already scuffed, primed, and then, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to get super close around it. It'll be done, ready for top coat. So we just kind of cleaned up these areas. All this bare metal needs to be covered, so we're gonna hit it with some primer. We just washed it with some degreaser. We're gonna do a chemical wash and mask it before we actually do paint. But while this is kind of drying, we're gonna go inside and put those ground wires in for those lights right there. first. Good morning. Welcome back to a brand new day. I just got word that it's supposed to start raining in the next couple days, which is not good. Which is why I'm pushing so hard to get the things that need to get done and sealed on this bus before rain hits. So we pushed hard yesterday. We're gonna push hard today. What we're doing today is we're gonna remove all the flashers. Yeah, we gotta remove all the flashers. We gotta prep. Anyways, remove all the flashers. Remove all the markers. I know. Let me take you over here. Pretty sure at some point we talked about. See that? There's a big old gash right there. There's gonna be some fiberglass work there. We need to fix all that. But we also got to prep the metal for the, and then the holes. So we have different markers than what's there. So we need to patch the holes, and that's all fiberglass on the front and back cap. So I went to an automotive supply store the other day, and I got some nice fiberglass repair kit, which I'll show you in a little bit. Which I guess brings me to the next thing I should tell you about building your bus is use automotive grade stuff. This is a car. Yes, you think you're building a house, and you are kind of, right? But houses don't typically move. They just stay right there, right? Vehicles are constantly vibrating. Use automotive grade sealers. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a big deal. Went to the automotive supply store, got some fiberglass repair, some primer, stuff like that. Anyways, we better just hop to it. So let's start removing stuff and seeing what we're working with. Alright, I want to show you the worst of the body damage. We got this big old gash right here. We can literally see through the body. Then we got all this fiberglass cracked out right here. And then, I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally cracked right here too. So, I think what we're going to do, sand all the dirt off. Just sand it all, get it smooth. Yeah. And then we might test fit some of the stuff, see what it's gonna look like. I want to show you what I did inside. So, remember that big old gash right here? I took some RV roof tape and kind of did this from the back just to try and waterproof that crack. Same thing with this fiberglass here. I put this RV seam tape here just to kind of waterproof that. Same thing here, I put it on this seam. This also fell off, so I put some new glue on there. Gluing this back up because when I put the flasher deletes on, I want something besides fiberglass to bite into. And that's what they did from the factory. This one's still good. So that's how I waterproofed it. I'm still gonna do some work from the outside. That's where we're at so far. so I'm using JB Weld to patch all the metal holes. And then this is the fiberglass fill that I got from the automotive store. And this is the primer that I'm using now. This is all from automotive store. This you can get any hardware store. So just want to show you what I'm using. Metal holes, fiberglass patching, any bare metal that needs to get touched up. And it's just a good primer. I am wiped out. I want to give you an update. I am very, 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 very impressed with that body filler. I was reading the package, and it's not just a fiberglass fill. It's literally a fiberglass reinforced body filler, right? Super strong, super good. Now the problem was it was drying so fast. The working time was so fast that you couldn't mix up too much and then use it fast enough before. So the first batch hardened up on me too quick, so I wasn't able to really film it because it was just going too fast. But it worked so good that I will never use JB Weld again. So saying JB Weld for the metal, this for the fiberglass, I'll use this for every hole. And let me show you something else. Usually I'll put steel plates over all this stuff, but like this stuff is so nice, I'm gonna try and patch big holes with it. And we'll see how it turns out. But I got all the holes patched on the exterior. I don't have sandpaper, so I think I'm gonna go to the hardware store and get some sandpaper and then hopefully wrap this project up tomorrow. Let me show you something inside. So that big old hole, I couldn't just throw that stuff in there. I put this on the back. I also put this on some of the holes just to kind of waterproof it from the back, the stuff that I could get to. And then I'll probably still throw a little bit over the old penetrations just to protect it from leaks. Because once I put that ceiling up, there's a leak, I'll never get to it again. So that's kind of the plan. I think we need to go to the hardware store. Welcome back to another day, and I've lost track of how many days this is. I'll be honest, I had a scare this morning. It was supposedly gonna rain. It's going to rain tomorrow. So I need to get all this sanded. I need to get the Schoolie.com stuff prepped and primed, get everything mounted, and just get this thing sealed up ASAP. So I'm gonna just work. Let's go. Hello, it's raining. I haven't started filming today. It's a new day. I was actually doing some work and I was just getting it done and then was going to show you after like I'm having to redo that whole basic seam right there. But it just started dumping rain, not once but twice. I don't want to risk messing up sealing the bus, but let's see if I can show you. The good news about that downpour is I literally came in the bus. I actually filmed it on my phone, and I could see exactly where the bus was leaking from, right? So I want to stress to everybody out there, making your bus waterproof is more important than most things you think are important. Framing, thermal, whatever, doesn't really matter, right? Not when you got water just pouring into your build, which is typically wood, that creates mold. There's so much water in here. I'll put those clips in so you can kind of see where it was coming from, and I should do a whole video on that. But basically, real quick, if you're watching this video, best thing you can do is address all of the seams, especially in your roof. And do not use sealants from Home Depot. Go to the automotive supply store and get automotive body sealers or marine sealers off of Amazon. But reseal your seams. Just trust me on this. It's worth it. You don't want to have to tear down your whole roof. So we're done today. We're gonna go inside, edit a YouTube video for the rest of the day. We still have some time left in our work day. So, friendly neighborhood bus building reminder. Good morning. Welcome back to another day, not a new video. We got 2 buses going at the same time right now. I got Mike and Sarah coming later for a separate project. So we have a lot to get done today. My mind is a little crazy and just kind of goes all over the place. So if you've watched my old bus build videos before, I really like these mission plants. It just kind of keeps me on track and like the order of like what's important. And I can check a box and see progress. So we've got our mission plan together, which I guess I'll just tell you, I need to sand the fiber glass from the holes. That doesn't matter. We're just going to check this off. We want to really get through this list before Mike and Sarah show up, and we got to switch hats and be a music producer. And hopefully, I guess, finish this video, because this would be the end of this video, which would be finishing putting up the lighting, the external lighting. So let's get to sanding. Let's get this knocked out. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the bus build, but I'm not sure. I think we talked. Samantha's visiting right now, and her and Ember are picking flowers. Do you like your flowers? You do?
I do.
I do.
Okay. So we're hoping to wrap up this video today. Let's go show you what we're doing. So today's mission, we made a mission plan. We need to get primer on this bare metal. So I'm probably gonna wipe this with some degreaser, and then we need to get our LEDs up in these pockets, get them caulked, and then get them wired. So that's the plan. We need to get on it. I really want to get this done today, and then that'll be the end of this video. So let's just hop into mission.
Can you match this one? Nope, it goes over here. Good job.
Butyl tape, and I'm basically gonna pre-game on all these LEDs and get butyl tape over these penetrations so that when I push the wire through the body, stick this up there with the butyl tape, and then self-tap all these LEDs in, it's waterproofed at the hole. And then at the end of the day, we're gonna tape this off and get a nice caulk line to seal it up.
No, her wings are clipped, so if she does fly, she won't.
Does that mean she's scared of her belly's
No,
shaking?
she's fine.
Look who came to visit.
Get down.
We got Jaylina, we got Ember Wild, and then we're hanging out with the dogs and the pirate bird. All right, let's go turn the lights on and see if our wiring works or not. All right, looks like they're working. Those old halogens usually grounded on the fixture, so I had to add negatives. So you can see where I added all the negatives for all the markers here. Oh yeah, and I protected the wires coming through the channel here with some corrugation. And then, again, added grounds. Long day. Hoping to get the LED, off-road LEDs put in, but I don't know if we're gonna make it today on that. So I'm gonna talk to Jaylina, see what she's thinking. Okay, that's gonna be the end of this video. As you can tell, it was pretty hefty. We rewired pretty much the entire bus vehicle harness. And then we put new LEDs up. We got them all sealed up with some automotive seam sealants. But look how clean, and we got the off-road LEDs on a rocker switch inside. It looks so good. Modernizes this old 2000 Power Stroke. So it's a huge upgrade, and that is one of the real reasons that I pulled the skins inside, is to get to the looms and be able to rewire like this. So I'll put links to some of the stuff I used in here if you want to do it. If you're doing a Power Stroke bus, it'll be way more relative to your rig, but all this stuff exists for all kinds of different things. Like all those markers are just trailer markers and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in another video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to know how to build a bus, because we're taking this series all the way to the end. Bye.